So I used to be a wedding photographer, and I used to be a real estate photographer. Now I do the type of photography that I just really want to do. And you can too if you sign up for my 10-step course. I'm just kidding. I'm not selling you anything. But I do have a weird photography job, and I wanted to use this video to tell you about it. I've mentioned it a couple times on this channel, but instead of telling you, I decided I'd rather show you. So I'm a full-time photographer, but I don't really do that many freelance gigs anymore. Basically, what I do is I hang large custom prints in commercial spaces. During COVID, I built a library of images, and my clients pick through those images and then decide which ones they would like to hang, typically in their commercial space. And sometimes they have an idea of what they would like to hang, so I'll do commissions as well. Like shoot architectural images of like their office or certain building or whatever. But sometimes they're like, I want a certain landscape that I would like to hang in my office, and I'll go shoot that. And this business model affords me time later on because I'm building my business off images that I've already shot in a way that's an alternative to stock photography. And this type of work has been described by some people as stock photography, which I guess it kind of is similar, but the point of it is a specialization around doing the whole full service process. So not only do I create the image, but I also print it to their specifications and deliver and install it. And due to that, it allows me to charge more and avoid the volume game of stock photography, which isn't a bad thing. I don't think stock photography is necessarily a bad thing. It is what it is. You have to sell more for a lot less.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not at all.
So how do I do this? Well, number one is I create and organize a lot of images. When you go out to shoot a picture, or you're taking pictures of a place, can you see it hanging somewhere? Can you visualize this scene in a waiting room, in an office, in a home? Can you see it on a wall? And if you can, then it gets added to the image library. But you've got to really organize and name your images. If you don't have an easy way for clients to look through your entire image library, then there's no point in any of this. You got to name your files logically so that when they see an image they like, they can easily tell you which one it is, and you can have an easy way to search for it in your database. Name photos logically, and that'll help everything go smoother in the long run. And using your Instagram feed for that does not count. That is not a good way to do it at all. I'm in Chattanooga right now, and I'm staying at the Chattanooga Choo Choo, which is a pretty interesting experience because I lived here for almost a decade, and I've never stayed at the Choo Choo because it's kind of touristy, but I found a good deal on it, so I was like, well, why not be a Chattanooga tourist for a couple days. But I am here to pick up some prints. These will be installed in a couple different office spaces. And the reason I am driving to pick them up is because they are huge. They are absolutely enormous. In fact, my nervous level of driving them home will be high, as it always is when putting enormous prints in the back of a open bed pickup truck. But I've got a lot of time to kill while I'm here, so I've been using that to take photos. And this area is like really cool looking. I don't get to just walk around the main street Chattanooga area very often. And I wanted to pack super light this trip, so I did not come packing. I accidentally brought my Olympus stylus because it was already in my backpack. And there is a roll of film with 4 shots left on it. So, and it's Ilford HP5. Then I've been, of course, playing around with my Polaroid i2. And then I brought my Fujifilm X-E4 because I wanted to be able to have a camera that does video but is smaller, and it's gotten me to shoot photos with the Fujifilm, which I haven't for a while, and it's very fun. I've got my 16mm lens on here. It's been fun to get some instant gratification with shooting images, and I get to immediately see them. I have gotten very used to not having that, but yeah, I don't know. Okay, so got Polaroids. That's pretty dark. Double exposure. That's all right. Okay, yeah, that one turned out cool. I took a couple tries for this one because I thought it was so worth it. It's like this old TV in this jewelry store. Okay, that's the winner. That's the winner of tonight. This one's not bad either. This is, you know, the hose out room. It's pretty cool. It looks great as a gold frame. The problem with gold frame is that scanning gold frame sucks. Like, it just doesn't look right. It looks like baby poop green when you scan the frame. That's from earlier today when I stopped to get tacos. There's the taco truck I stopped at. There's the little tiny taco truck that was on the taco truck. I think that one's cool. I like that a lot. This one is, oh. I did one with flash and without flash. This is the without, this is the with. This one's the best one. Oh yeah. This is my first attempt at shooting that old TV. Handheld, too dark, not good. Yeah, this is when I accidentally flashed a driver driving by with my camera, not, you know. That's too dark. It's hard to shoot this at night. That's pretty cool. It's too dark, but it's pretty cool. That's, wow. Fired the flash, it reflected back at me. That looks, I don't know, it's kind of weird and abstract. I don't know. That's way too dark. Man, I wasted a lot on the darkness. Dark. This one's too dark too, but it says pay her on it, so that's cool. That's something. Second thing you need to do this kind of photo business is relationships. This is the biggest part. It's hugely important. A relationship with a printer is extremely important. I'm in my 30s now, but the printer I use, I started hanging out there when I was 19. The owners, Mark and Mitch, they're my buds. We've been hanging out for a long time. And not only that, I worked there for a lot of my 20s, so we can work together well. And I know how things work behind the scenes. They know what I need, I know what they need. So obviously I'm a weird case. You know, not everybody can have the relationship with the printer I have. That took a lot of years of just being around and being employed with them. And it's a relationship that I hold very dear and really appreciate. I couldn't do anything without Mark and Mitch. But either way, whether my case is special or not, I still think it's important to go find a printer and start a relationship with them. Get to know their process and help them understand how you like your images. And then eventually, after a long time of working together, you have a better flow with your process. But then, not only that, you need to make relationships with the people that will actually be hanging your artwork on their walls. Go to networking events. Go places that business people hang out. Here's the thing about relationships. They take time. Years, even. I sold hardly anything in my first year at this. And in my second year, I did better, but still didn't sell that much. It wasn't until a few years that I started to get real momentum with selling large prints like this. Then, eventually, it started happening more often. And that's just because I was around. I spent most of my time taking photos, and then the other part of my time I would just spend hanging out with people and meeting people. And eventually you make friends, but you shouldn't seek friendships in order to build your business. That's important, sure, but genuine good relationships come together in a genuine way. Don't be a LinkedIn dude who uses people as stepstones on their path to personal success type of guy. Be a chill guy that wants to be friends with people. And just make sure that when you're getting a beer with people, you're just always chipping away at your goals in the background. You're always working on it. And eventually people will just know who you are and what you do. But it also helps to find dope people like Mark and Mitch who print better than anyone on the planet. Gotta grab some breakfast before the day starts. Okay, so I am on the road. So, headed home to go install some prints. So, you know, I just got back from Miami. I drove this thing all the way down the length of Florida and back. But, and I got discriminated against in Miami, which is like the home of the fancy car. And I was in like a fancy hotel parking garage, and they put a tow tag on my window, like a big sticker that basically says they were going to boot my car, and then they spray painted the tire to indicate, I guess, which tire they were going to boot. And I was in a paid parking garage, like I had to pay to get out. And my theory is, because there was nothing, I wasn't in like a reserve space or anything, my theory is that it's discrimination for driving an old vehicle. Which, you know, surprisingly, I get a decent amount. That I'm just driving my 250,000 mile 04 truck, but this thing gives me barely any issues. Drive it to Florida and back, drive it to California and back, pick up prints, make deliveries. I'm driving this thing until the wheels fall off. All right. Beautiful. I'll turn an orange. Sweet. Got my last pack of that. This will be interesting. Fall leaves with reclaimed blue. Third and finally, I know this sounds a bit hustly, but you just gotta grind. You gotta be willing to do manual labor. You gotta be willing to deliver and install your artwork or charge enough to pay somebody to be able to do that for you. But if you're just a guy like me who tries to run a lean operation, you get in your trusty Tacoma and you just get it done. I think when I tell people about what I do as a business, people think it's magical. And it is cool. I really love what I do, and I think it's a cool, unusual thing. But like anything else, it's work. And honestly, it's work designed so I can do other work, like these videos or photography road trips. So that was pretty unsatisfying, I would imagine, for somebody that wants to learn how to make money doing something other than the normal freelance avenues of photography. And I struggle with how-to videos. A lot of how-to videos that are telling you there's an easy way to do X, they're full of crap. Everything is work. And I can tell you, everything takes time. You gotta be patient. But if you're a person who understands that things take time, and you're willing to take it on the chin and just take the time that you need to take, you're probably the right person for a business like this. It's a marathon, just like everything else. You can follow my Instagram at Will Malone, and you can follow my Polaroid Instagram at RoidRage72. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you want to continue watching me unlock the secrets to success in extremely unsatisfying ways.